Okay, so I'm being led by the Lord to share something that I never shared before. Last last year, June, in the month of June 2024, I was, I think, in a hotel for like 2 or 3 weeks. And during that time, I was searching for a place to stay. And the Lord began to speak to me about a place. And so what you're looking at is currently, these are messages that I text to my own phone. During that time, as you can see the date, I put the date when I heard the Lord say, and my phone recorded the date when it like basically processed the message. So yeah, let's go behind the scenes because the Lord has me sharing this for some reason. So let's get started. Okay, so on June 18th, 2024, I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, give me a week to pull it. And I heard him say, take where they put you. So, of course, because I was in the midst of looking for somewhere to stay online, I thought I was finna get, a place last year, right? But I'm gonna come back to that message and tell you what it actually meant. And so the next night, the next morning, on June the 19th, 2024, that's when the Lord, because it's continuously telling me about this place. That's when I heard the Spirit of the Lord say the deposit is $100. And then the Lord He also flashed a vision before me of Him placing my application on a desk before some black woman. And I heard Him tell her, I need you to check this young lady out. And then I heard her tell me that the deposit is $100. Now, of course, again, I'm going to come back and put all the puzzles pieces together when I tell the story. So fast forward to February the 13th when I was currently still staying in a hotel, but in a different city. I ended up getting notified by my mom that the housing authority, a certain housing authority was trying to no, that they actually had sent me a letter in the mail and asked me was I still interested, right? And so of course I called, end up sending all that need to be sent, and that's when the Lord reminded me of that vision that that word that he first told me when he said, give me a week to pull it, right? Tell you, when it's time for a thing, when it's time for God's word to be performed, manifest, he's gonna work it. So remember on the 18th, like I said, of June 2024, the Lord said, give me a week to pull it. He told me that while I was currently staying in a hotel. He said, give me a week to pull it. Take where they put you, right? So, no lie, that was on when I updated everything that needed to be updated. That was February the 13th. In 6 days, don't tell me what God, when it's time for a thing, what God won't do. In 6 days, God had the woman to call me. The application got pulled in 6 days. He had the lady to pull my application. Make a story short, she asked me was I still interested in the place. So once she asked me was I still interested, of course, immediately I was like, yes. So that's when she began to tell me how they have an opening over here. Remember, I also told you the Lord not only told me give him a week to pull it, but he also told me to accept where they put me. So she's telling me what the opening is at, and I'm crying. I get out the phone, call my mom back, letting her know I'm crying over the phone because I'm like, the Lord first of all, I knew it was nobody but God. He reminded me of the word that he told me in June 2024. So I'm boo-hooing, crying, so thankful. I mean, everything. So make a story short, once the application got pulled that Tuesday, which was 6 days later, I ended up going to the interview that Thursday, which was the 20th. And as you can see, this is the paperwork. And so, of course, she tell me that the security deposit is $100. And yet again, God is reminding me of his word because he had already told me last year that the deposit would be $100. So I pre-told my mom that the deposit would be $100. And she asked me how I knew that. I played it off. I didn't say, oh, God told me. I played it off and I was like, oh, cause it's government. I already know it's gonna be $100. I could have took the opportunity to be like, oh, cause God told me, but I just played it low key and like, oh, cause it's government. But sharing all this to say this, as you can see, this the paperwork. That's the date. I signed the paperwork was on the 20th. My move-in date was February the 24th. Because there was I went that Thursday and did the paperwork. I moved in that Monday. Um, yeah, don't tell me. Now, I don't know why the Lord had me to share this, but don't tell me what God won't do when it is time for his word to be performed. Now, I will go here and say this. I end up getting the keys when it was move-in day, which was the 24th for me. But I will go here and say this. Like I shared in the video, Sowing into the Promise, the Lord had told, well, I prayed and asked. The Lord confirmed it through my mentor, told me he was going to bless me with my own place. He never told me what I would go through before I got to see that word come to pass. He never told me how long I would have to wait. But in the total amount of years, it was a 10-year wait. But, and to be honest, I honestly forgot about this. Now you can say, well, how did I get on their waiting list? It was in the year 2021. The Lord told me where to go. And again, I'm thinking, okay, I'm fenced to get a place then. But he didn't command my application to get pulled until 4 years later from when he told me to go and sign up at a certain location. So said all that to say this, follow God's directions, instructions to a T, even if it don't make sense right then and right there. Let his word play out how it's gonna play out. Like he know how he's gonna do what he's gonna do. Even if he tell you, give you a piece of how they say prophecy come in pieces, it really does, because this was a 10-year prophecy. But the Lord worked it in pieces. He gave me the word in 15. As I stated, Lord first gave me the word in 15. He told me where to go and sign up in 21. He told me to sow into the promise of it happening and also in 2021. But it was not until 4 years later from 2021, which is 2025 this year, that I actually got to see the Lord perform his word that he told me 10 years ago. So trust God. He, in his timing, he will perform that very word that he commanded to be, that very word that he told you. You might have forgot, but he don't forget nothing. I am Prophetess Shanae Gilmore.